All right, Padres, they dropped game 2 in this series, obviously after the walk-off win last night. That was great. Tonight, not so great. Matt Waldron was on the mound, and I know there were a lot of Padre fans out there that were like, okay, Padres, they're not going to win this game. It reminded me of Randy Vasquez's outing when I forget exactly who he was facing, but it's like, okay, they were supposed to, or I think it was Imanaga against the Cubs. And it's like, yeah, supposed to lose this game. But the Padres were so close there. They had a lead at one point. Here today, it was close for a lot of the game, and then boom, grand slam there after it was 1-0, and boom, it's 5-0, and the game's over, right? But Matt Waldron, part of why this sucks is because Matt Waldron pitched so well for the Padres tonight. He goes 5 1/3, just 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 punch outs. I believe he only gave up 1 run while he was actually on the mound. Then Morejon came in, De Los Santos. Those guys were not good enough. Morejon had a couple of walks, and I believe both of those walks ended up coming around on the grand slam. De Los Santos, obviously, with the bad pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. It was good that Brito came in for a couple of innings, and then Kolek with the scoreless inning there in the top of the ninth. But it's just disappointing when you get a surprise quality outing from Waldron, who actually pitched well against the Dodgers, I believe, the previous time out as well. So maybe we shouldn't freak out too much when we see Waldron's going to be facing the Dodgers. I thought he was good with the location of his pitches. Even the Freddie Freeman home run that he allowed, go look at the pitch location on that. That ball was down, I believe, outside the zone. And that's just one of those Freddie Freeman, ridiculous hitter, has power, and gets it right in the right field foul pole, you know? So Waldron, I mean, I'll give applause to him. To the offense, not so much. James Paxton goes 6 innings, no earned runs. Bullpen obviously doesn't give up any runs. No walks from any Dodger pitcher. And James Paxton, remember, he walked a ton of Padres in his last outing against the Padres. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight for this Padres offense. Obviously, reminds you of last year. I know we sort of want to stop talking about last year, but I just that season until the Padres win a World Series, like that season's probably always going to stick out to me, like because of how much of a wasted opportunity that was. You look at the box score: Manny 0 for, Bogarts down to 204, 537 OPS, and 0 for night for him. There were opportunities that the Padres had with a couple runners on, not able to do anything. I believe, let me double check what inning it was. I want to say it was the 5th inning where the Padres had multiple runners on. No, yeah, it was the 5th. Solano led off the 5th with the double. Kim fly out, Azokar pop out, Higgy with the strikeout. I get it. It's the bottom of the order, but little things like that, you got to take advantage right there because you don't know if you're going to have another opportunity. Now, the Padres did have another opportunity later in the game, but after that half inning that they didn't come through, it ends up being 5-0 after the top of the 6th. Now, bottom 6, Tatis gets on, can't do anything there. 7th inning, can't do anything there. 8th inning, this was the chance, but Profar, I mean, he lines out to Muncy. I'm not going to get mad at that. It was a line out. Muncy dove, caught the ball. But Arise, Tatis, they get on. And sometimes that's baseball, but also well, you had some opportunities earlier that you didn't cash in on. So it's almost like the baseball gods are like, yeah, you deserve getting robbed there, Profar. Not Profar because like he didn't come through. I'm just talking about the team, him being a Padre tonight. Yeah, Padres, you didn't deserve to be able to come through in that spot because you had opportunities before that. Matt Waldron had a good game and you couldn't score runs off of James Paxton. It's not like, like yesterday, I was okay with tipping your cap to Tyler Glasnow because that was a really good pitching performance. And I hope the Dodger fans tipped their cap to Michael King last night. But when James Paxton is on the mound, this isn't Seattle Mariners in his prime James Paxton. And does the no walk signal that they were too aggressive on Paxton, trying to make something happen? I don't know if I want to go that far, but it's just when Paxton, I think, leads the Dodgers among starters in walks. you'd like to, work some counts, get some free passes. But if Paxton's not going to allow that, then he's not going to allow that. Bottom line, regardless, should have come through better, the offense. Now, I did want to hit on the lineup tonight because I may forget about it going into the live show tomorrow after the game. So that's why I want to touch on it. Arise, Tatis, Profar, Manny, Bogart, Solano, Kim, Azokar, Higgy. Some people had a problem with this because you see no Jake Cronenworth, who is your three hitter. I know it's lefty versus lefty, but still, he's one of your best players this season, period. I'm okay with Manny DHing, Solano at third. I like that. Donnie Barrels. But then you have no Merrill. And I know it's left versus left, but at some point, right, you got to give Merrill these opportunities. And he's come through with some big hits already this season against the Dodgers. And then Higgy catching, I don't have a problem with that because I get it. Matt Waldron is on the mound. And let's leave it up to the other guys in the order. They need to come through, right? But no Merrill and no Cronenworth. I get it. So Rises at first. Bogarts is in there. Manny's DHing. Solano's in there. So, you leave out Jake there. But at this point in time, let's face it, would we rather leave out Jake or leave out Bogarts when you're facing the Dodgers? I think we all know the answer to that question. The way guys are hitting right now, and Bogarts would say it to you as well, Jake Cronenworth in the lineup. And Merrill or Azokar? I'm going with Jackson Merrill. And I know he likes the matchups, and Schilt will say, he believes in his players and the depth. But when you're facing the Dodgers, you got the Rockies coming up. You want to rest Jake one of those games? Okay. Hopefully the offense can perform against the Rockies without Jake Cronenworth, right? Without Jackson Merrill. But when you're facing the Dodgers, I want to have the best lineup out there considering who's on the mound. So what I mean by that is, okay, Higgy can catch. Day game after a night game, you can have Campy catch that one with Higgy catching tonight. Okay. But I just, when it's not like Cronenworth's hitting 7th or 6th. This isn't last year Cronenworth. So I disagree with Schilt on that one tonight. Not going with Merrill, not going with Cronenworth. But yeah, give your thoughts in the comments. Padres lose this game. Disappointing, especially when Waldron does give you that pleasantly surprising outing there. And they'll try to win this series tomorrow with Darvish on the mound, going up against Walker Buehler. Should be an interesting matchup, and I'll have a show after the game.